And yeah, I just wanted to talk about President Trump's visit to Russia yesterday and the criticism he's facing already from the fake news CNN, saying that President Trump didn't defend the State Department. The intelligence, our own intelligence departments there, agencies, what have you. And he's a disgrace and disrespect to our country and everything else. Well, first of all, why should he defend a so-called intelligence agency that lies to make up that there's Russian collusion with the elections? And when President Putin was challenged about the collusion, whatever, the so-called collusion, of course he criticized the intelligence agencies because intelligence agencies lie out their ass. Now, mind you, these are the same intelligence agencies who defended Hillary Clinton, her collusions and everything else, and defended trying to rig the elections for her. But yeah, let's bash Trump because he was basically trying to make peace with President Putin. And I'd rather be at peace with Russia than be at war. Now, the thing is, with Russia, that's the last country in the entire world you want to be at war with. So as a president, he did what was best for this country and that country as well, because now the thing is, if the United States and Russia, I don't know why the mainstream media is hell-bent on going to war with Russia. I don't know why the liberals are hell-bent on starting war with Russia. If we went to war with Russia, millions of people would die. Not just here in America, but in the United States. In Russia as well. Good innocent people in Russia, good innocent people in the United States would die over war because it would be nuclear exchange. That's what it would be. And Russia, again, is the last country you want to screw with. They're a very powerful country, and you don't want to screw with Russia as much as they don't want to screw with us. So peace talks are very good right now, and President Trump should be giving them a Nobel Peace Prize for doing this. But yeah, nobody said nothing when Obama was talking and kissing ass with Fidel Castro. Now, Fidel Castro makes Putin look like a saint. Fidel Castro and his family, they killed untold thousands of their own people throughout the years, did so much tyrannical stuff, and again, it makes Vladimir Putin look like a saint. But nobody said nothing about that. You know, then people still hell-bound on this collusion, this Russian garbage that it's just all fake news. Russia had nothing to do with our elections, but yet people won't talk about Homeland Security trying to rig the elections for Hillary Clinton. Oh yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about how the DNC rigged the election and nominated Hillary Clinton, even though Bernie Sanders clearly was the winner of the Democratic National Convention, the party, I mean. So yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about her selling uranium to the Russians. Oh yeah, that's got to be quiet. And the dossiers, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, we got to make up some fake news to say President Trump had collusions with Russia. Russia interfered with the elections. How did Russia, let me ask you something, for those people who voted out there for Donald Trump, did Russia come to your house and threaten you? Did Russia come to my house and say, put a gun to my head and say, damn Bidondi, you better vote for Donald Trump. We're going to send the Kremlin after you. So is this a giant conspiracy that tens of millions of people were threatened by Russia to vote for Donald Trump? You know what I mean? And Hillary had to use over 5 million, so far they counted, over 5 million illegal votes, and she still lost. And Trump actually won the popular vote because the vote she had didn't count. And anyway, they want to go there and criticize Trump because he didn't defend the intelligence community. Our intelligence community is a joke. They're the ones who made up this whole collusion bullshit, along with CNN and all that. Was all admitted, all came out. The producers actually came out with that in a hidden video to say it was all a scam to get ratings and to demean Trump. So, but people don't want to talk about that. They don't want to address that because the hatred for Trump is so blinded to most people that they can't, and they won't. You can show them positive proof to their face and they will not recognize that. They will not acknowledge that because the hatred for Trump is so great from these people. It legit is an evil force on this planet. Now the thing is, when people say, well, Trump is evil, Trump is evil. Well, first of all, name one president in modern day history. Name one president that's been hated by both Republican and Democratic Party and a globalist. Name one president has been hated by all three sections of it. You can't name one. Actually, it was JFK, and then they knocked him off. because he went against the status quo. You know what I mean? And they thought he'd be a perfect puppet because of his family's, the history of his family, very corrupt. So they thought JFK would be the perfect puppet, and JFK turned around and said, no, I'm going to serve the people. And they took him out. But name one president, not even Reagan, not even any of the Bushes, not even Clinton, not even Obama, none of these people. They were loved by one of the parties, and all of them were loved by the globalists, every single one of them. The globalists loved them. The globalists is the UN, Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group, and all these things. And it's how coincidental is it that all these groups hate Donald Trump? Why is it that George Soros never attacked the president, ever? George Soros never attacked any of the Bushes. He supported them. He funded them. He never attacked Clinton. He supported both of them. He funded both of them. He never attacked Obama. He supported him and loved him. But he's spending billions of his own money to go after Trump. So that's got to tell you something. That's got to tell you something when the globalists can't stand him. That's got to tell you something when the rigged Republicans go after their own people. You know what I mean? So to say Donald Trump's a globalist or a fraud, I mean, why would all these things hate him, all these entities? And it's no other time in history has that happened, ever. And even when Obama was president, even a lot of the Republicans got behind President Obama. John McCain that did that. He ran against Obama, but yet he was the first one to defend him when people were calling him out with his birth certificate. The very first one to defend him was John McCain, his opponent, or his so-called opponent anyway. And, these people work together, they play together, they vacation together. And Obama always said that the Bushes were his mentors, the Clintons are all together, brothers from another mother and all that stuff. But not, Donald Trump's not in that group. He's not in that club. He doesn't belong to the Council on Foreign Relations, doesn't belong to the Trilateral Commission, doesn't belong to the Bilderberg groups. He's not into the secret societies like they are. So that's got to tell you something, especially when all these globalist groups, the globalists, the deep state, the Republican and Democratic Party all come out against Trump, and most of the media come out against Trump. That's got to tell you something. That means he's doing something right. Because you don't want to be at war with Russia. I would rather have Putin call me an asshole, okay, if I was president. If that would prevent us going to war, I would love that, plain and simple. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Trump must be doing something right if all these people are after him, exactly. And never before in history has all these groups attacked the president. Never, not one of them. The globalists loved every president we had since I don't know when. Since all this stuff's been going on for decades, and even before we were born. And never I've ever seen globalists hate a president. He just disrupted the whole thing. Because when I was going to pull over here too, because I don't want to lose service. Because back in 2006 or 7, I think it was, I was approached by somebody who claimed to be from the Council on Foreign Relations. He told me, he laid out lists and said, listen, I'm going to tell you who's going to be president, who's running, and everything else. He laid it out. He goes, Senator Barack Obama, you don't even know who he is. He's going to become your next president. Sure enough, he did. And he's going to run again. He's going to win again. Then the next president, they're going to switch the pendulum back over to the Republicans to prevent a revolution. And it's going to be Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush is going to be the next president. Hillary's going to be Plan B. He's going to run against Hillary Clinton. And the Illuminati, the globalists, planned on Jeb Bush being your next president. Now, when Donald Trump came in, nobody took him serious. Like, yeah, whatever. Now, Donald Trump threw the monkey wrench in the works of the Republican National Party there, and Jeb Bush had no choice to drop out. In fact, his ratings were even better than anybody else's in his polls. So they had to no other than choose Hillary Clinton to be the next puppet. That's why all the globalists worked their tails off to get Hillary in. Even the Homeland Security, the CIA, the NSA, all these globalist groups all worked to get Hillary Clinton in office. They thought for sure she was going to win. She was Plan B. And never in a million years have they thought that Donald Trump could have won this. Even the Republicans worked against Donald Trump, and he still won. And so we're looking at something very unprecedented right now. Because what would have happened If Hillary or Jeb Bush, they would have had the same agenda. We would have been at war with Russia right now as we speak. They would have enacted a Rex 84 plan, a new continuity of government. There would be total gun confiscation. There would be the whole 9 yards, because the New World Order was ready to lay the hammer down, because Obama failed in many ways because they didn't count on the resistance happening. So what they figured, all right, let's quell because we were on the verge of a revolution, plain and simple, a civil war. Let's quell that. Let's put a Republican in office and quell that. Then we'll come up with another way to push the New World Order globalist agenda. And that was going to be through Jeb Bush. But again, they didn't count on President Trump winning the election. So that derailed their plans. And that's why George Soros and all these evil people, Illuminati kingpins and all these people at the top, the globalists, spending countless billions of dollars to try to derail Trump, to try to get him out of power. And they know damn well that if they take him out, like with his life, there's going to be a civil war. They know damn well that millions of people will rise and millions of people will push a revolution and civil war, plain and simple. They know that. So that's the only reason why they're not attacking him. Plus, God's got control of this. God threw the monkey wrench in the works to push President Trump as our president. So there's been a lot of things that the Illuminati planned. They were sure on it, and God threw the monkey wrench in the works because it's not their time yet. Even when they do get the time, there's still going to be a massive resistance. And if you don't know this, you got to read the Bible. I mean, because if you don't, the thing is, if you don't follow the Bible, you don't believe in the Bible, the globalists do. They know, okay, they work on the other side of the fence. They know biblical prophecy has to come true to bring forth their king, their savior, the Antichrist. They know that has to happen. They know that biblical prophecy has to come forth to bring forth the New World Order. But they constantly try to push it before God's timing. So that's why God threw the monkey wrench in the works to throw President Trump in. Even Trump didn't even think he was going to get this. He said it so many times during elections, hey, it's all rigged, I'm not going to get in. He thought for sure that they were going to rig it for Hillary Clinton. He thought that for sure. He said it so many times. And it surprised the hell out of him that he won. And because of the rigged system and everything else. But anyway, for people to sit there and bash Trump because he was advocating for peace, first of all, you gotta, there's something mentally wrong with you. Why would you want to go to war with Russia? Why? Is the hatred for Trump that great that you will risk the lives of millions of innocent people in the United States and in Russia too? You would risk all those millions of lives because your hatred for Trump is so bad that you don't care if we go to war with Russia. You know what I mean? So, and the thing is, Trump's not going to defend an intelligence agency that doesn't defend him. They're out to get him. They're out to take him out, okay? The intelligence agency that Putin trashed, and rightfully so. And that's why Trump didn't defend them, and he doesn't have to. Because that intelligence agency are the traitors. They are the treasonous bastards, not Trump. They're the ones who would try to come up with all kinds of cockamamie crap to take out Donald Trump. They want a global government in this country. They're the traitors. They're the treasonous ones. And the New World Order fears Trump and Putin together. They do. Because they know Russia and the United States of America pose the greatest threat to their, besides God, the greatest threat to their New World Order system, to their global government. So if they don't want them two on the same page, no. They want them two fighting. This way they could keep them divided and they could do what they want. They could push their global government to other ways. Infiltrating here in America and everything else. But they fear two of the greatest powers on the planet, the Russia and the United States of America, joining forces. And if they join forces, that will be done and over for the New World Order. For a long time anyway. So they fear that. That's why they're working around the clock, billions of dollars to stop this from happening. But anyway, folks, you need to understand what's going on. And yes, I don't defend Trump all the time. The things he did bad, which were when he stayed in Afghanistan with our troops, I came out and put his feet to the fire for that. All right? When he, I didn't make no excuses for him either. And when he bombed Syria without knowing what's going on, okay, I put his feet to the fire, and I did not make excuses for him. And I'm not going to make excuses for him. But when he does right, when he's doing good things just like he is now, I'm going to praise the guy, okay? Much as I couldn't stand Obama, the very few things that he did do, okay, I praised him for it. And I pray day and night, and trust me, I pray day and night that Obama would turn and, come to the cross, come to Jesus Christ, and turn from his evil ways. You know what I mean? I prayed that for Bush and the Clinton also. But, you know, obviously that didn't happen. But the thing is, we need to be on our toes, because what's going on is a spiritual war out there. It's more than guns and wars and money. It goes beyond the money, beyond the politics. Because people say you want the truth to follow the money trail. It goes way beyond that. It goes beyond all that, folks. It's a spiritual war at the top that run the whole entire show. Because if you think these people, the globalists, are atheists and all these other low-level religions and all that, they're not. They worship Lucifer, they believe in Lucifer as God, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure that portion of biblical prophecy comes true. That's why they're hell-bent on going after Israel. It's all connected, it's all in prophecy. You can believe what you want, you have a right to believe what you want. But that's the truth, that's the facts, that's what they're doing. And I'm not going to debate anybody on that, and you can say to yourself, God's not real, whatever makes you sleep at night, but God will be real, and you're going to find out the hard way, or the good way if you believe in him. So, folks, this is what it's all about. Beyond everything else, it's a spiritual war at the top running the show, plain and simple. The thing is, they don't need your money, okay? They don't care about money. Money means nothing to them. They want control, and they want the destruction of humanity, God's creation. That's what they want. And push a global government that only very, very, very few people get to inherit. And even at a point in time, Satan would kill them too if he had the chance. But we know the story. We know who wins in the end. And yes, when you come into politics, you have to come into religion. And when you come into religion, you have to come into politics. It's like I tell people, like pastors all the time, if you don't know politics, you do not know prophecy. And if you don't know prophecy and that stuff, you do not know politics like you think you do. You know what I mean? It all works hand in hand. That's why they tell you in your lifetime, don't talk about religion, don't talk about politics. Well, guess what? That's exactly what I'm going to talk about, because they don't want you to know both. Okay? They fear the masses of people that know both sides of the spectrum. When you know both sides of the spectrum, you know the truth. You know what I mean? And it all works hand in hand. It's like perfectly written script. That's what it is. But you need to be on the right side of history, folks. And we're living in perilous times right now, and also great times as well, mixed together right now, because we got a president that's not taking shit from the globalists and not going with the status quo. And we got the hand of God protecting the man. And yeah, Trump's done some bad stuff before. I mean, he's like any other tycoon, but he came to the cross, he came to Jesus, and Jesus forgives us all. Look at all God's people in the Bible. Most of them were all criminals and everything else, and God forgave them and turned them around to different people. He's done that to Donald Trump. You know what I mean? So we need to give everybody a chance, a second chance. So, you know, the thing is, stop bashing the president. And if anything, yes, it's your right not to like him or not, but you should be praying for him to do good. Because if he does bad, you do bad. Like those idiot witches in New York casting spells on Donald Trump. If something happens to him or he does bad, something bad is going to happen to you too. This country, the whole country. So you don't have to like the guy. Vote him out if you want next election. That's your right to do that. But don't sit there and bash the man or try to wish harm upon him, because if harm comes upon him, it comes upon you, me, your family, and everybody else. As much as I don't like Obama and Bush and all them, I pray for the best for them, because, you know, like what happens to them, it happens to this country. You know what I mean? So we need to pray constantly for our president and our elected leaders. That's what the Bible says it does. And now we don't have to follow them if they do unjust laws. Absolutely not. If they violate the Constitution, no, you don't follow them. And it's your right and your duty to stand against them. But President Trump did not do anything that's unconstitutional, because people are throwing out the treason word, not knowing what it means. Treason here in America means you violated the Constitution for the United States of America. Trump did not do that. And he did not have to defend useless intelligence agencies that constantly work around the clock to try to get him out of office. They try to make up lies against him. So he's all in the right to defend himself, but not standing up. And the thing is, the intelligence agencies don't speak for America. So don't dare to say that he didn't defend the country, he's a disgrace. No, you're a disgrace because you don't know what the hell's going on. And the intelligence agencies are a bigger disgrace. So know what the hell is going on. Know what you're talking about. Stop listening to the fake damn news of CNN. And just learn something. Go do your research. And the people who bash him, Mrs. Reagan, not Ronald Reagan's wife or anything, I think, but it's a woman Reagan, a friend of mine on Facebook here, revealed how her and the people that were going out against him are all globalists. So the thing is, we need to work together. We need to constantly keep up to date what's going on and know what's going on. Investigate everything before you make a judgment, plain and simple. Anyway, guys, love you all. God bless. Hit me up at truthradioshow.com, at Twitter at Dan Bidondi, and my live radio broadcast Tuesday nights. I do a couple shows a month now, but they are on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 990wbob.com. Check out the podcast and my live shows here. I do on-the-road reports and all that good stuff. And anyway, guys, I do this a lot because I don't have to go by a radio station. I don't get censored. Anyway, guys, take care. God bless, and you are the resistance. Declaring war on the New World Order. TruthRadioShow.com.